Hey friends, so a lot has happened since we last spoke. I'm sure with you as well. I remember when God first told me to get in front of a camera and start talking. He didn't tell me where he was going with it. So when I started creating the videos, the name I Don't Know What God Does became the name of the series. It was the most accurate title for the faith and the vulnerability that I was putting into it. And also the perfect response for anybody asking me what I was doing. I don't know, but God does. And truly, it all started when I had to be still due to an injury. That then was followed by repair, and then it was followed by healing, and then a super major big life shift. If you've been tagging along, keeping up, waiting on me to get back, you probably remember when I started in the spare room. I didn't have anything besides me and a light and a camera, and I really wasn't talking about much. I mean, I kind of started introducing myself, but honestly, again, I didn't know what I was doing. But then I got a desk and I started digging into the word, and that's what really brought the revelation and the ability to do the inner work, which then led to liberation. So that's when God really started writing through me. And he would wake me up at 4:30 a.m. and just start pouring out this book, chapter by chapter, and completing it in like 5 weeks. So I went from stillness to surgery to recovery, not being able to move at all, depending on everybody for everything, fighting off depression, to literally having the creator of the universe pour out a book. So then came with the branding and the designing and getting the photo shoot and just getting all of that ready. Found a publisher, started the editing process. That took a couple months. But then I woke up on April 7th, not knowing that my norm would change forever. I didn't know it, but my best friend would be making her way home by the end of that week. On April 11th, I held her hand as she transitioned, and I remember laying beside her until the end. I remember making the conscious decision, having to make the conscious decision to get up out of the bed, realizing and accepting the fact that once I did, that my feet would now be walking in a world that I had never experienced before. A world where she no longer is on this side of heaven. Her and I, since I was an infant, our lives had been wrapped around each other, and our hearts. Our hearts still are, for sure. But her transition, although it devastated the inner child in me, the inner little girl that still needed to be mothered, I realized that it brought the woman of God in me to an open field of clarity and of bold, great faith. God's faithfulness and favor throughout these last months has been astounding, to say the least. Truly, the peace that surpasses all understanding has become my daily portion, honestly. I went from losing my cozy home, being so content with my best friend, just enjoying life, enjoying the stillness and the slowness of life, and just spending time with her, and also just the simplicity of it all. Which also, there's financial things that went into that. I was taking care of her full time. So there's just a lot of kind of unknown. But then, by the grace of God and my family, God through my family, I was employed almost immediately, and I was invited to come live in a luxury condo downtown. Now, I don't say luxury to like brag. People closest to me know that that's not my style. But I say it to just highlight the goodness of God. to highlight how faithful he is. I would have never thought I would be living in a place like this, in a situation that I am in financially. But truly, I've seen that Matthew 6:33 is true. When you seek the kingdom, when you submit to him, everything that you need, he provides. And I'm a living testament to that. So I know I haven't been posting. And at first it was due to the healing. But then the transition happened. And then I look up and it's August. And so I was like, you know what? I need to make a meaningful return. Make the commitment to post the video on your birthday and just start again. And testify and show people, the faithfulness of God and just encourage. So that's where I am. I wanted to let you in on my journey and invite you to continue with me as we keep going, because that's the point, is endurance. The book is coming soon, God's timing. I expected it to be out way earlier than this, but I believe he has a reason. So I'm just going to follow his lead. He's given me a few visions for some other things, so stay tuned. Let's just see what else God does, because truly, I don't know, but God does.